Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So, fell asleep on the couch tonight, so I'm glad I'm waking up to do the video before I go to bed. So, just tired. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Today I wanted to talk about this concept, and it's something I hear from people a lot. I'm not scared, I'm just pissed off. So, we'll get to that in a minute. Think if that resonates with you. I'm sure it does for some of you, if not many of you. So, I'm not scared. I'm just pissed off. Right? So, a lot of people have gotten to the point where they deal with their symptoms, they deal with their pain. They kind of live with it. They're not scared of it anymore because they know they can make it through the day. But they're really just aggravated and pissed off that they're dealing with it still. Right? And it's a common experience. I was pissed off about my symptoms for a long time, right? That I had to deal with it, that it wasn't going away. I knew about Sarno. I was talking to my brain, thinking psychologically, rejecting the physical, resuming activity. None of that Sarno 12 daily reminders was working for me. So I wasn't scared of the symptoms. I didn't like them. I wasn't scared, but I was pissed off. And so, under the framework of this umbrella that I call perceived danger as the cause of the symptoms and the pains, a lot of people say, I'm not scared, just aggravated. Okay. Fear is absolutely playing a role. Danger is similar to fear. But let me ask you a question. If you're pissed off about your symptoms, are you in the I'm perfectly okay category? Or are you in the danger category? Are you in the category that says something's going on that's not cool? Is that safe or is that danger? So what I'm going to encourage you to do is notice is the way you're thinking about your symptoms in the danger column or in the safe column. Because you may not be terrified of your symptoms. You may not be scared of them. You may not have danger in life, right? You may look around and go, got a nice house, got enough money, a roof over my head, I can feed myself. Dan, I'm not in danger. Well, sometimes the symptoms themselves are the perceived danger that's keeping them around, right? The expectation of waking up to symptoms, dealing with it all day, not liking them, struggling with them, being pissed off about them, making your dominant focus symptoms and how do I get rid of them, that keeps you in that danger column, in that danger category. And so I know this stuff is hard, folks. I'm not telling you to fall in love with your symptoms. What I'm suggesting is that since you know that you're not sick or broken because you understand that it's the false perception of danger that's keeping the symptoms present, you're not broken. This stuff's temporary. We just have to teach this overprotective, scared brain that there's nothing bad going on. So I can assure you that walking around being pissed off about your symptoms conveys to your own brain, I'm in a place that I don't like. It's not good. Danger. Right? Because think about anger. If you're angry, is that a safe situation? Probably not. If you're angry at your boss, is that a good thing at work? If you're angry at your spouse, is that a safe situation for your marriage? So ask yourself, what is the anger buying me? Sometimes we kind of feel justified in it, self-righteous. I'm pissed off and I'm supposed to be because this sucks. Okay. How long do you want to stay pissed off and angry? And perhaps have that be the reason that you stay with your symptoms, right? And I'm not saying it's easy to not be angry, but just look at it this way. If you knew that being angry was potentially one of the things that was keeping your symptoms going, how much longer would you continue to do it? Or would you say, you know what? I'm going to try not being as reactive to the symptoms with anger. I'm going to experiment with caring less about the symptoms because I know caring less is going to convey that I'm okay, safety, right? Anger conveys, I do care, I don't like it, I'm in trouble. So, if you're not scared, I get it. That's a step in the right direction. Because a lot of people start out completely freaked out and in a panic, very afraid, terrified even. And in that state, clearly the brain is going to perceive danger. We're in trouble. There's something really wrong. And moving from terrified, freak out, panic into just pissed off, you're moving in the right direction. But try not to linger at being angry for too long because I don't see that as a productive response or mindset to the symptoms, right? And see if you can move through that anger into acceptance and allowance, curiosity almost, right? And I saw that word in the online mind-body community recently. And curiosity is a neat word because if you can become curious about your symptoms, then you start to become an observer watching what they're doing. And when you become curious and you watch what the symptoms are doing, you're going to start noticing connections between how the symptoms are behaving and your mindset and your thinking and your emotional state and your expectations and your stories. And when you start to notice those connections, you can say, well, I'm curious. I wonder what would happen if I started to change my expectation, change my story, and start to look at this from the standpoint of what kind of an experiment can I do today? Can I play around with this? Can I experiment with a better mindset? A more calm, relaxed, accepting mindset that goes, well, they're here today. Come on, brain. Bring them along. I got stuff to do. We're going to do normal stuff and do those things. And if symptoms come along, okay. Being pissed off about it isn't part of the solution. I get why you're pissed off. I spent a long time really angry that I was suffering with my symptoms as long as I was. But that was never the solution. Towards the very end, I think I hit my head against the wall enough times to say, you know what? Whether I've got symptoms enough or not, I'm going to do things. I'm going to live my life as if I don't have them. And even if I'm waddling and struggling and suffering with symptoms while I live my life, that was better than not living my life and suffering with the symptoms. So I got to the point where I just said, I'm going to go do normal stuff. I'm not going to say no to things. I'm not going to use it as an excuse to shrink my world and stay home. But if you're in the category of people, and I know there's a lot of you out there, that isn't really scared of the symptoms. Some of you are, and I've talked to you too. Some of you are, but if you're in the category of people that says, I'm not afraid. Damn it, I'm not afraid. I'm just pissed off. Okay. Evaluate how much longer you want to stay pissed off, because that may be keeping your brain in the danger category and keeping the symptoms going. Accept, allow, get curious. Reassure yourself that you're going to be okay. This stuff is temporary. It's not just possible to get better. It's probable that you will get better. When you teach the brain, I'm not in trouble. And not being scared is a good start, but that doesn't necessarily convey safety. I went from being really scared to more neutral about it, but I'm aggravated. Keep going. Get through the aggravation to the acceptance, the allowing, the calm reassurance, almost indifference where you go, well, they're here. The symptoms are here. Doesn't matter, does it? Because I know what it is. I know it's temporary. It'll be gone. When I convey to my brain enough credible evidence that I'm okay, that the brain says, I get it. Look, Dan's really not concerned. So does this stuff make sense, folks? I hope it does. So if you're not scared of your symptoms, but you're just pissed off, this video is for you. Give it some thought. Get curious. Experiment. Play around with your thinking, your expectations, your mindset. See what you can do to make sure that the things you're thinking, doing, saying, how you're behaving are conveying to yourself and your overprotective brain, I'm good. And if you're not sure what that looks like, think about it. Well, what could I do now that would convey to my brain that I'm really okay? I wouldn't sit on the couch terrified or walk around the house stamping my feet, pissed off. That doesn't say I'm okay. I'm safe. So think about this stuff. Experiment. There's no one way to do this, but if perceived danger is the issue, safety is the solution. Focus on safety and ask yourself whether or not the way you are thinking, behaving, predicting, and responding emotionally, if those things are conveying safety or not. You'll probably find that it's not. And if you're saying, but I don't know how to react safely, it takes practice. So take the cues and the suggestions from this and other videos and start playing with it. Practice it. It takes time, but you can do it. And so I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope everybody's well. Love you all. And as usual, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.